My first cruise, Colin. And I'm actually quite terrified, if I'm totally honest. No, you're not here. You always wanted to go on a cruise and I was never keen. Oh, I regret that now. But you always fancied the Greek islands, and I like hot weather. So I thought I'd do a trip for the two of us, so to speak. Silly, I know, but there you go. I started looking at cruises online, but there's so many choices, it's really confusing. I found some cruise forums on Facebook, but they didn't help much either. I nearly gave up at one point. But then I mentioned my dilemma to Barbara, 3 doors down. Her with the dog, the German Shepherd. I know she's done cruises before, so I thought I'd ask her advice. Well, she was really kind. She asked me in for coffee and to chat things through. I've never been in her house before. And what's more, she put out custard creams, which, as you know, are my favourites. But the dog, Winston, was outside the patio door just glaring in at us a few feet away. I could barely hear what Barbara was saying because Winston would just not stop barking and howling and thrashing against the door. I mean, I was being my usual self, being polite, just nodding in agreement and, making the appropriate noises. But half the time I had to guess what Barbara was saying because the dog just would not stop barking. I know she mentioned Norway a few times. I think she likes Norway. But that's hardly soaking up the sun in the Greek islands, is it? But the conversation was just drowned out by Winston constantly barking. Barbara didn't seem to mind. I don't know how she lives with it though, really. Anyway, eventually I made my escape and suggested that next time she come to me when we could finish our conversation. Oh yes, she said, lots to discuss. So here we are, a few days later. Barbara's just left. We've had coffee and hobnobs, unencumbered by a howling dog. It's just a bloody shame I couldn't hear what she was saying the other day. All my guesswork's completely wrong because in the meantime, Barbara's booked us both on a cruise together. Apparently I agreed to it. What's more, we're sharing a cabin. Apparently I agreed to that too. I barely know the woman. And where are we going? Norway, of course. Bloody Norway! In winter! Oh, Colin, what the hell have I done?